I wanted to complain at you.
Why? About what?
Because if Pink, like,
we're starting off strong.
Yeah, if Pink wants to do the tone, like, here's what I'm gonna say. If Pink doesn't shoot onto the Tony stage from like a wire and is like suspended in the air, it's gonna be your fault. No, it's gonna be your fault. It's gonna be you and the other mean theater people who bullied this poor woman who just wanted to host the Tonys to impress her child. But if she doesn't come in spinning and singing live vocals on a fucking wire, it's because of you. You people, you bullied her
through Radio City Music Hall. If she isn't a gyrosphere, if she is
this woman who, like, I don't know if you've seen, like, there's clips of like her when she's like training to like do one of these crazy tours.
TikTok keeps pushing those videos to me.
Okay, but have you seen the one where like a woman stands on Pink's stomach while she's laying on the ground and Pink just starts singing? And she's like engaging her core and she's holding the woman up with her muscles while she's singing, and she sounds good.
Okay.
This is the woman you guys are bullying because she wants to impress her child. I want Pink, and I swear to God, this better happen, because this is if it's a just world, Pink is going to fly into the theater. She's going to be dressed as like Mary Martin a la Peter Pan, because that's how we justify the wires. And she's going to zoom onto that stage, and it's going to be a wink and a nod, and we'll be like, cool, Pink's hosting the Tonys. We made it work. We brought the worlds together. And if it's not that, it's your fault. It's your fault.
What's she singing? What's she singing as the opening number? What's she singing?
I don't know. Some from one of the dumb Peter Pan musicals. I'm telling you, just do Peter, because like, hey, well, that's the show where people can be on wires, you know. So we need to justify.
Mary Poppins. She could be Mary Poppins.
Okay, I will accept Mary Poppins.
But then like a disco track version of where like with a beat.
What if we're switching? What if it's like every show that has people coming on wires, she's doing costume changes. Yeah.
Midair, they're snatching it away like.
And so if she just walks onto that stage because pretentious theater bullies were made fun of her, I'm going to be so pissed. Welcome to A Song of Spice and Rhani, a Game of Thrones, Song of Ice and Fire podcast for the girls, the gays, the theys, the well-behaved straights, and honestly the well-behaved gays too at this point, because like, fuck y'all Pink bulliers. I am your host, Rhani. Who the fuck are you?
I'm Spicer, who loves Pink. Love Pink.
And every single week, we're going to read 3 chapters of the A Song of Ice and... Oh my god, 3 chapters of the A Song of Ice and Fire book series, currently on A Storm of Swords, where we will break down what happens, theories, the lore, and our favorite deaths. The Spicer, anything die this week? Anything?
The first leg of this commission, which thank you all for being patient while we took a little break this last week because I was knee deep in opera land. I have a commission to sort of rearrange and reorchestrate a Bellini opera, and I was in bel canto hell. There were so many notes. This man wrote so many notes back when it was quill and ink too. This guy, so many notes. I now feel bad for all of the people who have had to work on my shows.
And as someone who's done that, I would like to echo that sentiment. Spicer is a cruel, evil man who writes not for pleasure, not for art, but to cause pain. And
I'm a sadist composer.
Truly, so much, and I would just like to say, so much pain has been caused to so many performers over the years, because of your whims, And when we would come to you, and be like, Spicer, I'm dying here. Help me, help! And we'd reach a shaky hand, reaching out.
I'm that meme of Danny DeVito like hitting you with the pole, like knocking you back down.
Yeah. You would laugh, you would giggle. You'd giggle. I internally am screaming, crying, sobbing,
Uh-huh.
choking,
Uh-huh.
and you are giggling at me, going like, "Yeah, it's fun."
Counting's fun. Counting's
Counting is
fun.
not fun. Counting is not. I need you to.
And this is
I.
and
You
this
know.
is and this is autism and ADHD personified, baby. Like I'm like, what if we counted? What if we counted?
I am trying. I here's the here you that is the worst thing you could have said because I have watched so many people
Die,
get told
die.
that by die because you're like just count it like no but you're counting we need to move on we need to move on because I'll end the podcast I'll end like it'll end here because my trauma is real and it's not being respected um
Anyways,
I
but okay, great. What happened? What happened in Dragonland,
oh,
Ronnie? Tell me. Ooh,
the
the
light went
lights.
out the lights in Georgia I
The lights went out in
in
Georgia
Georgia. Yeah, no, God. I'm just sorry for the audio listeners. I had to pull out the charger to
because the
plug
lights
it
died.
into my light because the lights
The,
died.
the lights died. The lights went out
The
in Ronnie's eyes as he
uh-huh.
remembered counting.
Uh-huh.
I just like a
And
little
what was
mixed
it?
feature.
What was the crazy one? What was the crazy? It wasn't even me, but you're like, just count it, and it was like in 7-11 something
Yeah,
bullshit. The
there was.
Rocking Boy.
It's that
And
one.
the accompaniment, the piano, is it going to
Oh,
give you a clue into what you're singing? Absolutely not. It's doing something else, and you just have to fucking ignore it.
yeah, it's a no. It's 5/8 and then it switches to 6/8. So it's 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2. Yeah, come on.
I don't know when to come in.
You come in. And that's how I made people turn into the autism child. Is I started making them rock because I
Yeah. Yeah, and hey, just to be clear, that's my fucking joke. That's my fucking joke because everyone who would be taught that song, by the end of it, they just start like rocking as they're like trying to keep rhythm and keep beat, and then I'd be like, God, that's your goal. You're turning us into you. You're turning us into you.
There was that one music director who like did drive us a little crazy sometimes, but they did clock me so fiercely of where like because like in music rehearsal one day of where someone was like trying to like get this song and it was just like too complicated and they went Spicer the way that he writes rhythms it's how he talks. So like literally just think about how Spicer would say something and like that's what the rhythm is. Anyways, but what happened in Dragon? Now that the lights are back on, what happened in Dragonland, Ronnie? We'll go back. The bad man isn't here anymore. He won't make you count. He won't make you count. The piano accompaniment that does not help because it's doing something completely different. The atonality of it all. She's gone. She's not going to hurt you, Ronnie. She's not going to hurt you.
I don't want to stop rocking.
Good. Let the hate flow through you. Anyways, who's first in our land of to the promised land?
Yeah. So this week, our chapters were Davos IV, Jaime V, and Tyrion V. So let us begin as we want to do with Mr. Seaworth. Davos Seaworth is still in a cell. He's still in a cell, but he's got company now because he's got Alistair Florent with him, the former hand of the king to Stannis Baratheon, who let's just say was not built for prison. he he's losing it. He's losing it down there. Be like, they're gonna come get me any day now. And Davos is like, yeah, sure they are, buddy. But then they do finally hear someone approaching, and Alistair's like, oh my god, footsteps! I'm being saved. They're coming for me. Obviously, they're not. And the person coming is Axel Florent, Alistair's brother, because this is just what the Florents do. Every name starts with an A. They're like a Mormon couple naming their daughters.
Kylie, Kaylee, like
Yeah. Sorry, tangent. My next door neighbors growing up in Utah, they had 8 kids.
No.
Or maybe actually it might have been 9. I think they had 5. No, it was 9. They had 5 girls. All the names had to start with J.
Oh yeah,
And
Mormons love doing kooky, quirky
yeah,
things like that. It's
I'm like,
God.
don't do that. Don't again. And so, and I'll like even my family like. I'm Ronnie. My little brother's Randy, and then my dad was Ron, and my dog was Rascal. I didn't enjoy it. I just want to say, as someone who craves individuality, I didn't get it, and it's fine. Anyway, Davos, Alistair, Axel Florent shows up, and he is also a pompous asshole Florent. And he's like, Alistair, I'm not here for you, you traitor who tried to trade away Stannis' throne. No, I'm here for Davos. He's been summoned. He's like, Davos is like, oh, I'm not getting burned. That's cool. He's like, no, you've been summoned. I'm like, okay, cool. So they walk up, and Axel Florent is like, okay, here's the thing. I'm going to be the hand of the king. It's not official yet. It's not official, but I've seen it. Because you know what? I look in the fire now, and I see shit too. I saw Stannis winning, and so it's totally real. And in it, he wins because I'm hand of the king. So we're trying to convince him of that for whatever reason. He hasn't agreed to it yet, but you're going to help convince him if you don't want to have an accident happen to you. Davos is like, He's like, hey, listen, like I'll make it happen. Like, you'll just go back to that prison, but hey, accidents happen on the way down to your cell. Okay? Okay, cool. And I was like, okay, cool. So they go into the meeting. Stannis is there, and Stannis looks like shit. He is decrepit. He looks like he has lost a shit ton of weight. He's aged 10 years.
He is a character in a Tim Burton film now.
Yes. And immediately Stannis is like, Davos, hey buddy, I missed ya. Very different to the TV show where he has him taken away and thrown in a dungeon. Anyway, but no, he's like, hey, I need good counsel from you, so let's chat. And he's like, hey, so Axel here has a plan. So Axel, tell him your plan, and then Davos, I want you to tell me what you think. And Axel like gives Davos a look like, okay, you know what you're gonna think, but I'll go into it. And his plan is basically, he's like, hey, we need a show of force to show that we're still here. We're still not to be trifled with. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the men that remain to us and Salador San's fleet, and we're gonna go to Claw Isle. What's Claw Isle? It is a small little keep on an island in Blackwater Bay where House Celtigar has their seat. It is currently abandoned because the Lord Celtigar got captured with his surviving men in King's Landing. He has since sworn to Joffrey. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go and we're just going to kill everyone on the island. We're going to loot it. And that's going to get us to be able to pay Salador and his pirates. And then we'll have a victory because the only antidote to defeat is victory. And he's like, hey, Stannis like, hey Davos, what do you think? Davos is like, I think that's a bad idea. That's kind of a morally reprehensible idea.
The balls on this man. He truly just he took off his pants, he threw his balls on that map table and said, fuck you and your plan.
And Axel did not care for the sight of that. But no, he's like, yeah, it's kind of cowardice. And Axel's like, how fucking dare you? You call me a coward? He's like, and so Davos basically takes the workers' rights route and is like, yeah, so a bunch of the soldiers that we had were from House Celtigar. They died fighting for you. And so the people left on the island right now are their widows and children. And you are suggesting that you go and you slaughter them all because their lord fucked up. And they're like, well, some of the men might still be...
The lord fucked up by being captured and then to avoid dying.
Yeah, but again, this is Stannis. Stannis is not gonna have sympathy for that argument. And so Stannis is like, okay, but oh no, and then they're like, hey, and some of the men are still there and alive, and they have now also sworn allegiance with their lord. And they're like, yeah, but and Davos is like, yeah, they're following the lead of their lord. They can't really disobey him. And Stannis is like not fully convinced. He's like, hey, no, their loyalty is to the true king, not to their lord. They should like say fuck it and refuse, even though they would die. And Davos is like, fuck, I'm losing the argument. What do I do? Okay, Hail Mary time. Here's what I'm gonna do. And after Stannis is like, they should have been, they should have been loyal to their king. And Davos goes, oh, like you were loyal to King Aerys when your brother told you to like help him instead. And then it goes, and then it goes bad. No, not really. Fucking Axel's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, man. He pulls out his dagger. He's like, how fucking dare you? How fucking dare you talk to Stannis like that? Stannis, he's not happy, but he's like, Axel, get the fuck out of here. And Axel finally leaves, and he looks at Davos and is like, hey, you're fucking lucky that you are who you are, and I like you, because that's fucked up, man. And yes, I did that. It's a hard decision, and like, okay, fine. I do think that Axel's plan is stupid, but still, okay, yeah, fine. And I'm like, okay, cool. But yeah, then Stannis kind of ruminates on how difficult it is for him to like inspire loyalty, because instead he inspires betrayal all the time. Robert was really good at turning his enemies into his friends, and so was Renly, and even so is Robert's son, Edric Storm, who is, we're going to mention a bunch of this chapter for reasons. But anyway,
who's oddly ill. He's oddly taken ill. This
oddly ill. But yeah, and they're like, okay, fine. I just like, fine. We'll figure it out. Anyway, you're right. And you know what? Axel's not going to be hand. You're going to be hand, because I'm making you a lord and hand of the king in one fell swoop. Rise, Davos, Lord Seaworth, Lord of the, what was it? The Raven? No, Rainwood. And Davos is like, okay, what? No, don't do that. That's what? No. None of your lords will accept this. And Stan is like, fine, we'll make new lords. And like, damn, okay, he's really serious about that. But then he calls Melisandre in. He's like, because he was asking Davos, he's like, okay, why'd you try to kill Melisandre? And he's like, well, Melisandre killed my sons, basically, sacrificed them to her god, and all this shit, and like, she's bad. And Davos is like, okay, it's not her fault. It's my fault. It's this fault. It's that fault. It's not it could be everyone's fault. It's not her fault. Okay, she's been here. She's the reason you're still alive, because she told me to keep you alive when everyone else wanted to burn you. Blah blah blah. And Davos is like, okay, that's kind of weird. Then Melisandre shows up. And she's like, hey, no, I've seen it in the fire. Stannis has to win. And Stannis like, hey, here's the thing. I've also seen it now too. She like showed me, and I actually saw shit. It was crazy. So like, there is a fight coming. There's a big war with the big other, and it's like, there's weird shit in the woods, man. There's weird cold shit in the woods. We gotta figure it out. And Davos like, Jesus, fine, okay. And then Melisandre starts being like, hey, I want to burn your nephew. And
please let me burn your nephew. Please,
please. It's the only way. And Stannis like, can you chill with that shit? No, we're not doing that, okay? We're going to do something else instead. And I was like, what the fuck are we doing? And then Melisandre has leeches, because there's power in King's blood. And they've been leeching Edric Storm because he's been sick. And so they took some of those leeches, and Stannis is throwing one into the fire at a time and saying the name of one of the usurper kings. What's going to happen to them? Who knows? Anyway, end of chapter. What you think, Spice? What you think?
Blood magic, yay!
Woo, 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 woo. It's great. It's cool.
We love some blood magic. Love blood magic. Love pink.
Love pink.
Love pink. Why did I... Oh... also, these notes are going to be really interesting to read, because I read the chapters very late last night, and so the way, but I was like, I don't want to like look at my screen and like type out. So what I would do is I would voice to memo. Like,
oh God.
So there's some interesting spellings. Raoul, the Lord of Light. What's the
R'hllor?
R'hllor. It is spelled as Raoul, like from the Phantom of the Opera.
Sure.
Oh my God, the Lord of Light is like, say you love me. Oh my God. But anyways, I do love the certainty of the Hand's King. The old hand of the king. Mm-hmm. I love. Again, he wasn't built for prison.
No,
you wouldn't last a day on the inside. Like soft hands, like soft hands. My favorite thing that Rhani ever does is every time Rhani has to do any amount of physical labor, he goes, "I'm not built for this." Oh my God!
Nah, leave me alone. I don't like it. I'm not handy like that. I'm a thinker, you know.
I'm a thinking man. But anyways, so I do love just him. He's like, they're going to save me. And it's like, yeah, sure they are, baby. I also love that we get a little bit of like a more of a lore drop in the sort of the cosmology of this like religion of the Lord of Light. Where sort of, because we have like, because we talked about this a while ago of how this is a dualistic religion, right? There's the good side and then there's the bad side, right? And there's the Lord of Light, and then but I love that they just call the other like that. It's capital, yes. The other, right? And so it's interesting. It's interesting they don't even name him.
Yes. No, I do. Again, I think there's very interesting world building going on, specifically with that religion, because it does feel like a lot of the things out of like the Far East that we hear, it does feel like this is a very old remnant that has been like, translated like a bunch of times. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like the Azor Ahai mythos, the R'hllor mythos, like all of that. It feels like, okay, so there's some holdover from what we know, like the others as a group, and then there is the great other, the who marshals in the cold and the dark and all that. So like it's very clear, like, okay, this is leftover from whatever the original event was, the original long night, and it's just morphed into the version that we get today, which does feel very, reminiscent of how like our real world works, in that like you have all these like mythologies in the Levant, in the Middle East, with the Greek and all that all have these like similar whatever, and then by the time you get to today with the current like, with like Christianity as a religion, you can like examine it and you can see like the chunks, the pieces of that kind of mythos that existed in other parts of that region at the time, and you could see how they kind of morphed into what they are today. It's fascinating. I like it.
Well, and it's really interesting because I've been doing a lot of like one of my hyperfixations has always been like world religion, and I've been like looking into like a sort of early Levant. There's a great YouTuber who's like actually a religious studies person. They specialize in like early Christianity and like late Roman paganism, and sort of that. But they also do a lot of stuff on like the Levant, and they've had like this whole like series recently talking about like early Levant, Semitic, Arabic religion, sort of pre-Christianity, pre-Judaism, pre-Islam. So like it's called Religion for Breakfast. It's really, really fascinating series. And he's been going through like all the different gods. And it's fascinating because like one of the points he's making similarly to this is like the god, we sort of think about like pantheons as sort of these like separated off things. And it's like, no, like the cultures bleed, right? Like cultures sort of bleed into each other. So there's like a lot of gods that are in the Egyptian pantheon, that are also in the Canaanite pantheon, that are also in the pre-Islamic Arabic pantheon, that are in the Mesopotamia. Like there's these gods that like constantly are like being adopted by other cultures, and like sometimes they share a god, but they don't share all the gods. And they right, and like because even like the name like Elohim, right, comes from the god El, who was like the head god of the Canaanite religion, who kind of eventually turns into Elohim, who turns into like, Yahweh, and right, like, and he talks about like the etymology of these words too, because like, for instance, Allah in Arabic, that word has been used for centuries before even Islam was like, because it literally just translates in Arabic to
it's just God.
It's just God. Well, and it's a contraction actually. It used to be two. It used to be two separate words that meant the God.
Oh.
And so then
al is the in Arabic, yeah.
Yeah, so it used to be the God, but then it slowly over time got contracted into Allah, which is God, right? And Allah used to be because he was part of the pantheon, and actually, like, if you read what's the word? If you read the Quran, like which I would encourage everyone to read the Quran at some point. It's a fascinating like document. But like he sort of talks about like, oh, you shouldn't be worshiping these other gods, and then he sort of has this like theological debate with like the worship practitioners of like this sort of pre-Islamic pantheon. And he's like, but if you ask these people who worship this god, Muhammad in this case, like if you ask them who brings the rain, they will say Allah, right? So it is interesting, like to this, I'm fascinated by this sort of like bleeding of cultures that you get, and like how, and like word, the etymology of a word. And so it's interesting specifically with like the Lord of Light in this religion, like you said, like it's everywhere. Like you see this in all these different cultures in Essos, and it sort of bleeds. But then even this concept of like the other or the others, right? There's something in this world that like a big thing happened a long time ago, and it's sort of been like seared into like the cultural memory. It's like how in our mythos, like in almost every single like major world religion, there's like a talk of a great flood. Right? Like every single major religion, not even the Abrahamic ones, like you have this in Hinduism, and you have this in Chinese folk religion, you have this in like African religions. They talk about a great flood constantly. And so it's like, what the fuck happened in early humanity?
They actually know.
Oh, what was...
So basically... I'm going to be getting details wrong. Basically, there's a point in history, like at the end of the last ice age, as things are melting, where the sea levels like dramatically rise at one point, and so basically a lot of anything that was like coastal would at the same time, at a similar time, start having like these like a huge flood occurring. And so that's why they think that this story appears in so many of these different mythologies, because like no, there was a point in history where like the sea levels rose dramatically at one point, and that would have caused like mass flooding everywhere that would be affected. Also, I want to point out something I love about reading this with you specifically, is you are making so many of... Oh, no, this is good. Friends, hey, hi.
You're beautiful, you're valid.
You're beautiful. You're making so many of the same connections that I did when I read it. I've literally made TikTok videos talking about like the shared mythos and like specifically referencing like the Great Flood, because it is that thing that, we see appear in all these different cultures. Yeah. So there is probably some ancestral memory of it that is the nugget of truth at the heart of all of these stories. And so, like, no, I love that you're coming to the same conclusion that I did, but like, later after the fact.
It's just like clever world building, right? Like,
yeah, totally.
Because you see this in our world, but then it's clever world building for this book because it all kind of ties back to the central story that we're talking about, which is this sort of great battle that was fought in ye olden times and is probably maybe going to be fought now. And then also we kind of get obsessed with this idea of this messianic figure, right? Because all these because again, that's part of the mythos in this world and all of these different religions and cultures, is that there will be this messianic like figure. And then it's very interesting the way that George is sort of playing with it, of it's like, who could it be? Right? And he sort of gives you lots of different leads, right? Like of who could possibly be, even though we think it's pretty. We've gone on the record many times about who we think Azor Ahai is, who is the prince that was promised, right? Like who is the light bringer, all that jazz. It's pretty fucking clear to us, Danny. I don't know, maybe the lady who brought dragons back into the world, like.
I don't know, man. It's too neat. It's too clean.
What if it's Boney McGee over here? What if it's Jack Skellington? What if he's Azor Ahai? Jack Skellington if he had autism. What if that's Azor Ahai? Oh my god, he doesn't understand the concept of forgiveness, and he really doesn't like his vegetables touching.
No.
Anyways, but I just so world building tangent. There's your pound of flesh to your rabid audience and their incessant need for world building.
Why are you coming for people now? What's happening?
I don't know.
Oh god,
you're great. You're all beautiful. But then also, Sir Axel, go fuck yourself. Go
Yeah,
fuck
Axel
yourself.
sucks. Axel fucking sucks.
Ugh, sucks. The fucking he's giving a New Jersey car salesman who's dirty.
And I love how George keeps leaning into like how do I point out like which characters suck? Let me give them like a horrible physical feature. He's like
Let me
those
make
fucking
uggos.
florid ears, those fucking giant ass florid hairy ass florid ears.
The way George loves an uggo. George loves an uggo, and the way
Yeah.
he loves talking about how they're uggos. Like he loves an uggo. George loves him an uggo. But then it is funny because sometimes, again, we've talked about this before, sometimes he like subverts it and you'll just like have a person who seems to be just a genuinely nice person, but oh boy, those Frey genes, they came through, right? Like we're like strong genes.
Something I want to mention real quick. I really, really love Davos's single-mindedness, because as he's like walking with Axel Florent, he like of course reaches for his like knuckle bones, which are no longer there, and every time they're not there and he's like, I've lost my luck, I get so sad on the inside. But then as he does, he's like, it's okay, I have enough fingers left to still strangle her. He never loses he never loses sight of like, what's the mission here? I don't have luck. I got enough of a hand. I can still kill her. Like, Jesus Christ.
He's, we all, if we all had the determination of Davos, the world would be such a better place.
Yeah, truly.
That laundry would be done.
Done. Sheets, not only are they washed, dried, they're back on the bed, and the bed's been rotated. Like it's all, that mattress has been flipped.
We went on and on about Rhani's mattress beforehand. It's
bad. It's really bad.
It's real bad. Rhani is the Russian babushka outside, like beating the mattress with a broom, trying to
get better, please. I just want to sleep.
Oh my god, it's fine. Everything's fine. We're all fine. It's fine. It's not like we're all dying financially. It's fine. I won't talk about the ridiculous bill I had to pay at the grocery store. I almost died on the inside when they rung me up. God, and I got it on the. I guessed, and I was right on the money. I guessed. I'm like, it's gonna be this much, and then I was like, I'm fucking right. Anyways,
but hey, America, turning 250, baby. Hey,
are we tired of
throw a party
for a very special boy? My favorite is Jamal. I think it's Jamal. I can't remember his last name.
Jamal Sims from Drag Race?
No, Jamal Sims from Drag Race. No, it's Jamal. I can't remember. He's a New York Times opinion columnist. I like him a lot.
Oh, Bowie.
Yeah, Jamal Bowie. Yeah. I love his little takes. But whenever now he talks about the stupid party, he goes, a party for a very special boy. Very special boy. Oh my god, it's fine. It's fine. Let's talk about the dragons.
Yeah. Speaking of delusional people. Oh, sorry.
But I was about to say delusional people, Sir Axel. Fucking delusional.
He has seen. He has seen Spicer. He looked into those flames and he went, you know what these flames are? They're my Rorschach test. And I see I'm winning. I'm in charge. Stannis is on the throne. How we do that, don't know, but I've seen it, so it's going to happen. You didn't see shit. You didn't see
shit. My favorite thing that used to happen when I was Mormon is, okay, so here's, get ready.
No.
Buckle up.
No.
Buckle up, girl.
Because all of them, oh God. God, okay, no,
buckle up.
What you're saying.
So Mormons do this thing where once a month, it's the fiercest thing ever. I love it so much. It was my favorite thing because I get my popcorn out and go, is they did this thing called Fast and Testimony Meeting, where they're like, what if we don't eat for a whole day once a month? We just don't eat for a whole day. So everyone's like a little crazy. And then instead of doing like sermons like we normally would do, instead it's open mic night. And just because we stole this from the Quakers, and whenever the spirit moves them, they just get up and they're like, they just riff and they can do whatever they want. And they talk about whatever they want that's like church related. But the amount of people that would get up there and be like, they wouldn't say like I've seen a vision or something like that, because that would be heresy and the bishop would ask them to sit down, though we would occasionally get people like that. Those are my favorite. Those are the wild cards of it all. But like they would be like, the spirit told me this, and it told me this, and it conferred, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, no, it didn't. No, it didn't. And like, even as like a young Mormon boy, I'm like, you're full of shit. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? My favorite thing is that I would like to get emotional, but I was just like an emotional kid, and so I would love to get up there and like and riff and be emotional. Oh, I loved it. I loved it, baby. But I wouldn't say the spirit told me things. I'd just be like, I have big feelings.
That's the thing that always got me. Sorry, just another tangent, because I wasn't Mormon when I moved to Utah. I may have never been Mormon, but like, and like, as people would like explain things to me, the thing that always got me, it's not like, ooh, I had a feeling, like I felt the spirit, and I had a feeling about this. It's never that. It's like, no. They gave me a list. They gave me a to-do list. They spoke. We had a conversation. He had a very funny joke about the prices of groceries right now. Like the Holy Spirit, he's a jokester. He could do. He's a tight five, a very tight five. But like.
His comedy special on Netflix, he kills. It kills. It's coming out in June. But like it would be like the specificity of that. I'm like, no, that didn't happen. That's not how
like. Yeah, that's not how
religion works. The Pope isn't like, so I talked with God.
Yeah,
hilarious guy.
You pray and you have a feeling. That's typically what, and like we could argue about the origin of those feelings or whatever, but like that's typically like when, like, even when I was at like my most religious as like a young Catholic, never did I was like, okay, so Jesus he came, he gave me a list, he told me to do X, Y, and Z.
This.
Yeah, no.
But that was my favorite, and that's what Sir Axel is giving. He is giving Mormon at Fast and Testimony meeting. The Spirit, he spoke to me. He told me that I need to be the hand of the king. Oh, that's another Mormon thing. It's like there's a thing called a patriarchal blessing that you get when you're 18, which is you basically fortune telling. Mormons don't like it when you call it that, but it's fortune telling. Sorry to any Mormon listeners that are listening. We love you. You're great. You're special. I'm just speaking from my experience. But like.
Sorry, Finn's going crazy. Finn didn't like your anti-Mormon stance.
Finn said, "You keep your bias out of this." But there's like there's a very Mormon joke. The Mormon listeners will appreciate this joke. There's a very Mormon joke of when like a weird like Mormon boy like is hitting on you as a girl, and they go like, "Oh yeah, what's your name? Jessica? Oh, I heard that name in my patriarchal blessing." Giving that's what Sir Axel is giving. It's giving I heard it in my patriarchal blessing. So this needs to happen.
Sorry, I need one more. When I was in high school, our assistant director for all of our theater shows was this guy who was always bitter about relationships. And then one day I found out why. It's because his long-term girlfriend, they were both Mormon, and they were like deciding whether they should get engaged and married. And they both went and they prayed about it. They prayed really, really hard. And they went back and talked to each other. And he's like, I got the answer and it says that we should get married. And she's like, I got an answer and it said no. And he's like, I don't understand.
I love it. That happens so much in Mormonism. That happens so much. And I'm like, it sounds like you two just came to different opinions. And that's okay, baby.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Because you're
almost like this is just like your thoughts and your feelings that you're processing and not.
Which it's also like, and like, hey, like, and here's the other thing, like, to be fair, official church doctrine just tries to downplay that. Is like, you shouldn't be doing that. Like, that's not how it works. And no, but my favorite was the Sir Axels, who would just, they heard it, they saw it in the fire.
They saw it was there. It was right there.
They saw me, Melisandre, the same. Crazy fire witch and me, who just converted to this religion like 10 seconds ago, the same.
He's just speed running it, you know. Like, it took her hundreds of years and like layers of magic and all, and traveling literally the length of the globe.
She went to Spooky Town, Halloween Town, to learn black magic. But me.
I can speed run it in 10 months. 10 months, and I'm slinging and slinging like the best of them. Okay, like.
Oh my God. But anyways, and then also just like, fuck him for like wanting to threatening to murder Davos if you don't go along with my very stupid plan. with my very stupid
So
plan.
stupid.
So stupid. So stupid. But then we get to the room, and which also the penalty. What is the penalty of treason? Dun dun dun. I do love that's like a great. Because then Davos is like, "Fuck, is he talking about me? Is he talking about his former?"
What's he talking about here?
Like, I need to be careful. Like, but then again, Davos, his single-mindedness. He's like, it's death. Like,
Yeah. Well, because that's like Davos at the end of the day. Again, we always say like he's just a good guy. He's a good, honest guy who's like, I can't tell a lie. I can't.
The George Washington of this universe.
Real like
but
George
minus
Washington
the slavery.
minus the slavery and the slave teeth. Like that's like if the myth was real, it's Davos. Like
quite literally. But then oh, and we got some spoilers for House of the Dragon.
Well, I mean, were they spoilers?
Because he talks about the fate of Rhaenyra.
Well, okay, yeah. So Stannis comes out as Team Green. Basically
200 years after the fact.
And he's just because he references basically like other traitors to the realm. He's like, hey, basically he's in a way kind of trying to absolve himself, because he's like, this has always been the punishment for treason. The punishment for treason is death. That's not my rule. God, it sounds like me being when I'm like in teacher mode with like the kids at work. I'm like, hey, it's not my rule. It's not my rule. It's not. I didn't make up this assignment. I didn't like. I'm just telling you what the teacher said. Okay. So that's what Stannis is doing. He's like, hey, this is what the realm does. If you do treason, the punishment is. And he lists off like, here are all the people that have been treasonous. Daemon Blackfire, blah blah blah. And then one of the people he names is Rhaenyra, and he says like, when Rhaenyra tried to usurp her brother, the rightful king, like the treason, the punishment for death, the punishment for treason is death. Which, like, I see. I don't think that's a spoil. No one survives the dance. Like 3-4 people survive the dance. If you're looking at anyone in House of the Dragon, the chances are they're probably dead by the end of the show. I'm sorry. Most people know this.
Look to your left. Look to your right. The people who are next to you, they are dead in House of the Dragon.
They are dead, and also so are you probably. Like the likelihood of you not being dead is nil. Like I'm sorry. Oh God.
Anyways, but yeah, so we got some spoilers there. That's fun.
Yeah.
Then, like again, the way that I keep saying this, I made jokes earlier about it, but the way that Stannis is just an autistic learning that the world is not black and white. Like the autism got him good, girl. It got him good.
Here's the thing. I don't think this is George's intent, but like as someone who's just around autism a lot, and I'm not even just talking about you, like it's also my work. I work in special ed. Like he just really nails it. He nails
like next thing I'm like, Stannis is gonna be like, are we going on the train? I would like to go on the train, please. Can we go choo choo?
Oh God, it's so funny. But but before we get too far into the Stannis bits, I do want to mention one thing, because which I alluded to earlier, the difference between how this scene plays out in the book versus the show. Because in the show,
I forgot the scene in the show.
You're fine. So the show basically combines his attempt to kill Melisandre with this meeting and seeing Stannis. So in the show, he gets up to Stannis. Stannis is not happy to see him, and then he basically lunges at Melisandre, and then Stannis yells at him and tells him like, drag him away, take him to the dungeon, blah blah blah. Versus here, where the first time that Stannis sees Davos since the whole Battle of the Blackwater, what does he immediately do? He says, rise, Sir Davos, I have missed you, sir. I have need of good counsel, and you never gave me less. And this is again one of my many issues, is I think Stannis is a fascinating character. I don't like him per se, in the sense of like I'm not super rooting for him, but like the way the show like actively like doesn't get him and made him so much worse. They make him a fanatic. They make him so much like less feeling. And like Stannis is interesting because he has these like contradictions in him, because he sees the world as black and white. But then like he does betray Eris. He does have this soft spot for Davos, despite like him technically doing, like he sees
he's a human being. He's a human being.
A human being. He's a human being, and that's what's interesting about him is like he struggles with like, oh, I see the world as black and white, but do you? Because like your actions don't always support that. Yes, like you can see nuance, you just choose not to, and that's like your debilitating issue. So I throw my hands in the air.
No, you right. Why did I write here? Oh, Davos is. Oh, the patience of Davos listening to Sir Axel's dumbass plan, though, as I just explained to him, and then just like Stannis just also someone give Stannis a mouth guard. Someone give Stannis a fucking mouth guard. He needs to stop grinding his teeth. Those molars are what?
I said, how does he still have teeth?
The molars are gone. They've been gone. I just like just like this dumb plan of like, hey, we need to show people that we're still around and that we're still a force to be reckoned with. What if we attack the undefended castle with all of the women and children in it so that we can steal all of their shit, so we can pay the rest of our army, which are literally pirates. That is our army. You are the pirate king because that's all you have left, Stannis, is the Florent family and pirates. That's it. You're Captain Barbossa, baby. You have the Black Pearl. And what if we then just cement ourselves as just being pirates in the eyes of Westeros by just attacking the undefended castle with the women and the children hiding in it? Like, what if we did that? What if, Rhani? What if?
Well, then you would be a fucking coward, as Davos points out. Yeah. Which I love. I love how he's like, okay, give your opinion. He's like, that's bad. That's really dumb. And it's shitty. It's shitty. It's cowardly. It's all this shit. Like, what have you won? What have you won? Like, it's not these people's fault. I love. Again, this is. I'm always defending my love of Davos because people are very hot and cold on Davos chapters, but like it is one of the few times that we get a perspective from someone who is genuinely like not part of the nobility. Like he's around them a lot and he's been raised up to them at this point, but like his mindset, he immediately he's like, those men, that's not their fucking fault.
Yeah.
Like, why are you punishing the fucking poor people? That's insane. And that is something only a lord would think of because they don't think of them as fucking people.
Well, it's because people are extensions of their lord. That's because Stannis tries to make the argument like, oh, well, they should be follow because their lord should owe fealty to me, so they should owe fealty to me, so they actually are also being bad by the choice that their lord made, who was captured. Like, who at gunpoint had to switch sides. It is... Feudalism is dumb. That's the subtitle of this whole series. Feudalism is dumb. Like this.
Yeah.
But don't worry, it's coming back. Neo-feudalism, the tech bros, they're bringing it. Woo! Isn't that great, Rhani? Data centers, feudal lords, Prima Nocta. Kevin O'Leary's gonna bust your door down and say, "That's my woman tonight." Like,
I hate it here.
Oh my god!
But I will say on the note that we've been on with like this whole argument about like not hurting the small folk basically, and then Stannis like not fully buying it because he's was so black and white and like, well, no, they should have just died in their loyalty to me, and then Davos just pulling out
bangers.
Just like let me pull out this fucking I don't want to say trump card.
That phrase has been ruined. It's been ruined.
Truly. Let me just like pull out like, okay, we're at a knife fight. I'm gonna pull out a bazooka. Like I'm gonna point out that you are literally the hypocrite here to Stannis fucking Baratheon, who again, like the tide, decides whether he's a black and white person or a nuanced person or not. Just comes and goes. But he's like, hey, remember what you're criticizing like these people for? You literally did that. You literally did that. So like, answer for it, dude. Are they not like you? Are you not like them? Are you not the people? And Stannis can't argue with it. And I love that. I love that he's like, okay, fine. You're an asshole, but fine.
Fuck you, but fine. Yeah. Also, the false Lightbringer. Every time he busts out that stupid sword. That stupid sword.
Stupid sword.
Stupid sword.
And we have to acknowledge, like, wow, it looks so cool in the second touches, but it feels like a regular sword. It's not real. It's not real. Yeah.
That goofy ass sword. God damn it.
Yeah.
But hey, Lord Davos. That's Lord Davos to you.
That's Lord Davos to you. That is Lord Davos to you. Jesus Christ. I love how he's made a lord and then handed the king in like quick succession. He's like, what? No.
I was in the dungeon. I was in the dungeon not even like 20 minutes ago.
Yes. I was recently imprisoned. It's been 20 minutes. But now I'm in charge of everything.
Hey, cool.
It's wild. Say, sorry, I want to make sure that I don't miss things. A couple things I want to point out, especially like on the line of like autistic thinking. One of the lines I really, really love is when Davos just like straight up is like, why do you want this so bad? Like, why? And Stannis said, it's not a question of wanting, it's mine. Like, I'm doing what I need to do because it's mine, and it's then going to be my dog. Like, this isn't a wanter or whatever. Like, this is a legal question. It's mine, and so I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Because if you're the king, you should be like taking your throne or what. It's like he's so fascinating to like listen to because like he's not wrong. It like legally is his, but like there does have to be a degree of wanting it to go through this trouble.
Yeah.
But he's implying that there isn't, that like just because it is right, just because it is true, he has to do it because he has to do what it like. So I don't. It's fascinating.
He's a fascinating guy. And then my favorite thing is how we get Davos like or I completely blanked out there. I don't even know where I was going. I had a thought, and then it was gone, and now it's gone. Anyways, we're moving on.
That's okay. I was going to say a couple things. We do get some, like, Aerys lore sprinkled in.
Oh, yeah.
We get a reminder that he was a lot of the time called King Scab, because he would just cut himself on the throne all the time.
Yeah.
And then an interesting tidbit that I do think that we should remember is Stannis at one point says, like, I need to get in there and I need to like do, because this is technically my job now, and like I need to clean house. We need to like clean house like for real this time, not like Robert, because Robert didn't do a good job of that.
He kept Varys.
Yes, he kept Varys. And Stannis says, according to Barristan, Selmy, the rot in King Aerys' court began with Varys. And I think that's very interesting. It's very interesting, like, Varys just kind of appears and becomes indispensable. And it uses that position to do what exactly? To add paranoia to this paranoid and spiraling king? To what end? Like, why? Why?
Yeah. To have the Mer Kingdom conquer Westeros.
Yeah, baby. The waves will rise.
The drown god,
the drown god comes back stronger.
My God. Anyways, but then we end with our favorite lesbian fire witch coming in. She busts that door down. Our favorite redhead. She struts her stuff. She's like, "I'm here." I'm awful. I want to kill children. I please let me kill that child. Can I please kill them? Can I pretty please kill them? It would be so much fun.
And to his credit, this is Stannis actually, like, I will say by the end of this, Stannis starts winning me over, the end of this chapter, because he is like, he's being like, I don't know. He's like, Davos is getting to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when Davos is like, you can't make me hand of the king. They won't accept it. And like the lords won't accept it. He's like, we'll make new lords. It's like, oh, okay. Like he doesn't care. Like if it's like, at least in his mind right now, if it's right, it's right. And he's going to like, he will clear house to do it. We will raise a whole new gentry, a whole new class of nobility if we have to. If the old one is going to be like assholes about Davos, and then double that with him being like, no, you can't burn my nephew. You can't burn. He does in his language. Davos notices that he's like putting some distance between, like, he won't say Edric's name, which Davos comments like makes him feel uneasy to hear. But then at the same time, when Melisandre does like come, like when push comes to shove, he's like, no, you're not gonna kill him. We're not burning him. We're not doing that. Okay, chill the fuck out. Like, he's still technically family, and we're gonna treat him as such, no matter like what I personally feel about him. And that's like, it's good. It's good.
He shows his true colors in the end. Like he is a mountain to scale, shall we say,
yes,
as a personality. But you know, he is a good egg deep down. And then we get some fun blood magic. Where which I do love that scene in the movie, or in not the movie, the TV show. That's a fun scene where like the visuals of it are quite fun.
Sure.
Where is it? And you know, I wonder what's gonna happen. I wonder what's gonna happen now that we've done some blood magic again. This Lord of Light, he really do be packing. Like,
there's something there. There's something that's happening, which Stannis even now acknowledges. Because remember, Stannis was not a true believer. He was just like, which is again why I get so irritated in the show when they're like, yeah, from the get go. But no, Stannis initially is in the last book. He's like, hey, I don't know what this weird magic shit is, but I do know that this lady has some kind of power. So I'm going to use it because I need to use all the tools I have. But now Stannis is like, no, I looked in the fire myself. I'm not Axel Florent, okay? You know me, Stannis. I don't bullshit. I'm not hippy dippy, whatever. So if I say I saw something, I saw something.
Yeah.
And like, okay, it's getting spoopy in here.
It's been, we're no longer at fast and testimony meeting. Like, we got some witchy shit going on. There is some witchy. We have put on Florence and the Machine. We're dancing with our flowy robes. Yes. Oh my god. She cursed you because you brought a phone to her concert.
I love those videos. If anyone hasn't looked them, look up like Florence and the Machine noticing phones at concerts, and the way, because she hates them and she tells everyone to put them away, and then like people will still try, and she will like dead ass like look right into the camera and point, and you're like, you feel your soul jump out of your body. I'm like, oh, she sees. She's
cursed you. It's 10 years bad luck because Florence and the Machine pointed at me. Anyways, okay, that's all I got on this chapter.
Same. So we will take a break and we will be right back.
Eat seafood. I want shellfish.
I want shrimp. You know what I would kill? I would, Spice with the Way I would kill for shrimp right now.
I think I'm going to try and make some shrimp scampi. I think later too, because I have this big bag of like. You don't like shrimp? Like that? What, scampi?
Scampi?
Is it? How do you pronounce it?
Scampi.
And you know why I'm pronouncing it? You know why I'm pronouncing it like that? Because in Muppet Treasure Island, one of the Muppets is talking. There's like a bit where they're like getting their like gruel for because they're in prison, and one of them goes, "But I ordered the shrimp scampi." So that's why, because it's a vocal stem.
Are we back?
Yeah, I'll be back. 50% of my brain, of my storage in my brain, is just quotes from like the Muppets or SpongeBob or something.
I don't know if I've said this on the podcast, but like one of the crueler things I'll say to you is that you just are a Muppet.
I mean, I am. I am a Muppet.
That reaction, you move like what?
No, I think one time, like, I had a director back when I was an actor who said, "You move like a Muppet." Like when you're on stage, the way you're like it's very jerky. It's whoa, yay! It's the Kermit. It's Kermit the Frog. We've been wearing a green shirt today. Welcome back to our very special show. Yay!
Ooh,
Okay.
Jamie.
Jamie's
over. Jamie
is gone. He really is, though. It's probably.
Yeah. But okay, Jaime V. Hi.
Oof.
Another some more. It's trauma.
We hit the big one. We hit the big one.
Oh, this chapter. Ooh, oh god, it's so good. So
and this is
Jamie,
and one of the few good versions of the TV show. Like a good adaptation.
Yes.
Good adaptation.
Yes, I agree. This scene is adapted very well in the TV show. Again, you can tell which like characters they cared about and or like kind of understood, at least for part of it. They didn't understand later, but he never cared. He never cared about anyone. Remember how he never cared about anyone?
Even though we had this whole fucking chapter in which we learned, wait, no, he does very much, and that's kind of his defining trait, is that, like, wait, no, he do care, but he pretends not to, because... Anyways, tell us why he cares, Rhani. Tell us why he cares.
So Jamie needs a bath because he's stanky. He has his arm. Well, he has his nubbin wrapped up. Sorry, he's wrapped up. But he needs to take a bath because Lord Bolton wants to have dinner with him, and he smells too foul to sit with a lord at the moment. So he goes to the baths, and who is there but Brienne also taking a bath? And though there are multiple baths all around, he's like, nah, I'm gonna go into this one. And Brienne, of course, is like, hey, I'm naked here. Not, and also just I'm like a shy 19-year-old just to begin with, so who's like not confident in her body. Can you please like not be looking at me? And he's like, I'm not looking, except he kind of is. But he gets in the same bath as her, and they start chatting a little bit. And sorry, he starts with his like usual like shtick of being an asshat, but then remember, how do they pivot into the big discussion? Like he like makes, I think he makes like a joke about, he's like, the reason I lost my hand is because you were defending me. Like, no wonder Renly also died. And then she like stands up and like is angry at that. And he like looks at her and he's like, oh God, oh, how hideous, except I'm feeling aroused. Actually, I will say it, I don't love this, but I do think the way it's written is objectively hilarious. Because he gets his pee do a thing, and the line says, absurdly, he felt his cock stir beneath the bathwater. The use of the word absurdly is nasty, foul, hilarious, and just very indicative of Jamie, because Jamie, his whole internal monologue is just like, I'm being an asshole, but I'm also kind of snarky. And so when he notices, like, absurd, like, this is insane. Why do I feel anything?
I just, girl, we'll get into it.
Yeah.
We'll get into it.
But basically, she like shit talks him back, and he's like, you know what? I'm so sick of this Kingslayer bullshit, all this nonsense. Like, Robert isn't called an oathbreaker, even though he literally ripped the realm apart. And Brienne's like, well, he did that for love. He's like, no, he fucking did it. He did it because he's fucking Robert, okay? And like, like this is a complicated situation, and like Eris was doing all this shit and blah blah blah, and then he launches into like the true story of what happened, and we learn for the first time, like in its fullness, that Eris's contingency plan was to literally blow up the city. Once the city was lost, he was gonna say fuck it, and literally everyone, friend or foe, man, woman, child, him included, didn't matter. Everyone is gonna burn together, and then hopefully he'll be reborn as a dragon. So basically, how he goes about this is Jaime is reflecting on how he is going through like Hands of the King so quickly, because like either people are failing him or they're standing up to him and then he's killing them. And then finally he appoints just the head pyromancer as the Hand of the King. And they come up with this plan where they have made tons, dozens and dozens of batches of the substance, and they've hidden it all over the city. It is scattered all over the city, and the plan is when it's time, if they need to, he's going to give the word, the order will be given, and then everything will be lit, and the whole town will explode. And finally, as Tywin is like breaching the city, Pycelle, advises Eris to let him in, even though Varys advises Eris and tells him like, don't let him in. He's gonna kill you. He's gonna kill you. Like, hey, and Jaime's like, that's the one time that he should have listened to Varys. Interesting. But anyway, Tywin comes in. He starts killing everyone, and so Eris tells Jaime, hey, go bring me your father's head. Like, this is happening. And so he gives like the order to, I think Rosart is the pyromancer, Hand of the King, and Rosart goes to like start giving the order. Jaime cuts him off, kills him, and then goes and he kills Eris to prevent this from happening. But when Ned Stark, finally like shows up and sees Jaime on the throne with Eris dead in front, Jaime's like, what was I gonna do? Like, tell him, like, oh, it was actually more complicated of a situation than you understand, man. Because, like, no, Ned isn't gonna get nuance because he's Ned. And Ned, like, again, has more of that, like, honor is black and white mentality. And so, like, there's no point in this. So, like, no, I didn't tell anyone. And Brienne was like, "Why? No, you should have told someone because this is a lot more complicated than, like, what we thought. I thought you were just an asshole who, like, when the tide was turning and it was clear your father was going to win. Oh, well, she doesn't actually say that, but that's the implication. Like, everyone thinks that Jaime just was a turncloak at the at the opportune moment, and in actuality, like, no, Jaime saved the city from blowing up. And Jaime, of course, gets, as he's reminiscing on all of this, and the bath is hot, and he still is like ill because he was fucking had like sepsis and shit. He like tries to stand up and be all indignant, and then he passes out, and Brienne catches him, and she's like, someone help, the Kingslayer's here, the Kingslayer. And he responds with the line that kills me, the like, Jaime, my name is Jaime. God, Jaime's complicated, hey. But then he eventually comes to, and from that point on, he's being a lot nicer to Brienne, where he keeps internally being like, oh, I could think of insults to give her because she's being forced to wear this like hideous pink dress that doesn't fit her. He's like, but I don't say anything. And then when Qyburn is trying to give him his medicine, he's like, I'd rather have the potion that grows hands back. I don't want that shit. And Brienne tells him, like, take your fucking medicine. And he does it without argument because he was vulnerable with her, and like now he's like trying to be nicer to her, and isn't that nice? But then they end up having that meal with Lord Bolton, and we find out that the reason Lord Bolton is being so nice is because currently Vargo Hoat is working for him, and as we know from the previous chapter, it is very easy for a lord to get blamed for the actions of his underlings, because that, like, the buck stops here. So what Lord Bolton is essentially doing is saying, like, hey, I will let you go as long as you confer to your father that I'm not the reason this happened to you, okay? This was done without my knowledge, okay? And Jamie's like, fine, I can do that, okay?
Whatever you say, man.
Yeah. And through the course of this dinner, we also find out that, like, the situation has changed for everyone. Robb Stark has not married a Frey. He's married a Westerling. Edmure is going to go marry a Frey. Sansa has married Tyrion. Arya, who knows if she's alive. Like, everything's a mess. And Brienne's like, well, but I have a job. And Bolton's like, I don't care. I hate you because you're, a woman and I'm a vampire. But then Bolton is basically, is like, okay, Jaime, I'm gonna let you go, but Brienne, I can't let you go. Can't let you go because I can't let Vargo lose both of his prizes because Vargo wanted to either collect on Jaime with one of the multiple of options that he has, getting a lordship from Karstark and getting his daughter, or what was it? Or like there's like 10,000 gold dragons from Riverrun, or giving it back to the Lannisters. Anyway, Vargo wanted to do one of those things, but now he's kind of fucked. And so Bruce Bolton's like, nope, Brienne, you're gonna stay here because hey, sapphires, remember? Boom, end of chapter. What I forget.
Which I do love the implication of he knows that's bullshit.
Yeah.
That Bolton, which is so shitty to be like, sorry. Like,
yeah. Which and then it's like double whammy for Jaime because Jaime's the one who like made it up to save her, obviously, but still it's like, well, fuck. I don't know. Anyway, but we don't know how he's reacting yet because the chapter ended. A lot to unpack. A lot, Jesus Christ.
God, this is the big one. The big one. George, why do you gotta do Brienne so dirty like this? Like,
yeah,
the hands as big as Gregor Clegane's.
Nasty work. Nasty work. Again, George loves an Uggo. Maybe with Brienne, he loves a non-traditional.
which I do love, but remember, this is the same woman as described by our favorite mean girl, Lady Stark, as flat-chested, mousy hair, like, bad teeth.
Yeah, I know it. Like everything, it's interesting because like everything that we hear about her description is always again like not what is the traditional idea of feminine beauty or whatever. But I do think it's interesting that like Jaime will like comment on that in his head, be like at one point like Brienne stands up and so you see her nethers and she like everyone she has pubic hair. God, it's crazy. And Jaime's like, wow, she has a lot. But then like also I don't mind.
Jaime is that acting challenge on TikTok right now. You shaved your bush. Have you seen this?
No, I have not.
Oh my god, it's so funny. People are doing like they like do at first it was just like an acting challenge of like you have to say the sentence "you shaved your bush." And it's like different, like disappointed, sarcastic, flirty. But then people are doing it like as celebrity, like doing impressions. My favorite is Snoopy or our Droopy Dog. You shaved your bush. Someone that is Carol Channing, like you shaved your bush. That's Jaime. The next note I wrote is even at his lowest, Jaime has to be a little bitch. Like, just commenting on this girl and just being just like awful. Because again, I mean, but that is also like the beauty of this chapter. This is we now get like undeniable proof that like no, Jaime does care. Right? Yeah. And like that's the problem with this kind of a world because it's a commentary, guys. Like it's we're doing a thing here of where like this world that raises you to not care because either you have to be cold like a Ned Stark or a Stannis, or you have to be ruthless like a Tywin Lannister or something, right? You're not allowed to care. You're not allowed to have feelings, right? Or to like engage, right? And so you have someone like Jaime who like genuinely does. Like Jaime is actually an empathetic person, is the thing. He's been trained to not be by his sociopathic sister who has molded him in her own image, right? To sort of do what she wants, right? But he does actually care. Because I am here to tell you right now, Cersei Lannister would not have done that shit. Cersei Lannister, like, no. No, 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 no. Like, sacrifice her honor to save the city? Like, no. Like, no, Cersei Lannister would not do that shit. So no, this like we do know that Jaime does care, and so like it's the fact that like we start off the chapter with him just like commenting on her, like teasing her, being just a little bitch boy, and just generally being awful. But then we like learn the truth of like, no, he cares the most. Like he gave up the most important thing that there is in this universe, honor, to save everybody. Like.
And like and this behavior is like his defense mechanism, because like how do you deal with the cognitive dissonance of like, I did the objectively right thing, I saved, you know, thousands upon thousands of lives, and yet I am treated like this for it. Like how do you square that away? You shut off. Nothing is serious anymore. Because what is, if that can get you ridicule, there is nothing that is real or serious or worth like actually giving a shit about. Because like I'm still here and I still have to live, and this is how I'm being treated.
Well, and it's also interesting that the fact that this chapter dovetails with Tyrion, and we're kind of seeing where you know, Tyrion saved the city, right? And in so doing, wasn't really thanked for it. In fact, kind of got dishonored for it. And in the process, everyone is just being awful. It's just absolutely awful to him. And because he like can't really like tell people like, no, like I'm the one who saved you guys, like it was me. Right, because all of the things that he did actually in the process, like also like pissed off the populace, right? But like all these things saved the populace, right? It's like we are seeing him now become bitter, like which we'll get to in the scene where he welcomes our favorite bisexual chaos twink, who's come to town, baby. But no, you know, it's interesting to sort of see the Jaimification of Tyrion, and sort of that we get these two chapters dovetailed of where it's like, this is why I act like a cold, stone hard bitch who doesn't care, because the one time that I did, right, and the one time where I probably did the most honorable thing in my life, I was actually dishonored for it. And the same thing is now happening to Tyrion. Of the one time he actually did something very honorable in his life, he's actually currently being dishonored for it, or he's not getting credit, or people are like, no, that wasn't you, that was your dad, or what, right? And it's just also like, you know, if I had a nickel for every time, but then their dad took credit for it, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that this has happened twice now. Like, Tywin!
It's almost like Tywin, you know, is just ruthless, and then sometimes also gets lucky with things.
That he's maybe not the master puppet player that you think he is. Maybe he just gets lucky sometimes.
It's kind of like his plan when Tywin's whole thing is about image and perception, and he has been successful at that.
Yeah.
But that's what he's been successful at. Like, that's kind of like the end of it.
Yeah.
You know? Like, yeah, you created an image and everyone believes it. Cool. But like the substance behind it, like, isn't consistently there at all.
No.
Anyway.
No. But then also, we already talked about this, but his cock stirred. Like, I do love this idea that he's just, like you said, it's like, oh, this is absurd. This woman? No. I'm only into my sister. This is crazy. And it's like, I love how it's like the first time you've ever seen a woman who's not Cersei, you've seen the feminine form that's not Cersei, you're like, interesting.
Well, I will say I like. Okay, I'm gonna acknowledge, because I know there's gonna be someone in the comments. There is a very big age gap. I don't love that, but like in the context of this world, what I will say is I do like the idea of like Jaime kind of maybe he hasn't quite realized it yet, but broadening his idea of like what is beauty, because that's what's
Yes.
happening with Brienne here. He's like he is realizing that he has an attraction to someone, and it's not just because of the stereotypical things. If you look at Cersei, she is like, beautiful in the traditional sense, but internally it's poop. Um, like it's not great. It's not great in there. Brienne is like maybe not what the traditional like idea of beauty is, but that doesn't mean that there isn't beauty in that physicality. And then there is also like her internal like self is so kind and wholesome and just generous and right. She like is reminding Jaime of like what are these ideals that like he once believed in, but also like it's coming like in a shell that like again, while maybe not traditionally beautiful in the sense of like what the society thinks, people can still find beautiful, that's the thing that like I think as people like grow up and kind of like expand their worldview, everyone kind of has to acknowledge that like, hey, I can find things attractive that maybe I wasn't taught were attractive
Yes.
when I was like younger. I remember being a kid and being like told that like ew if a man has like body hair that's like icky, because this was the time when like everyone was like waxed and oiled up on television, and me like hearing that be like okay, that's supposed to be gross, but then as an adult being like I don't find that gross, like that's kind of great in fact, like
Oh yeah.
uh yeah.
The minute I learned that baby, that's my beauty.
Yes.
I said
So
we'll have both the buttons down. You show that chest hair off, baby.
Wait, one example of like so like you can find like Brienne can be considered beautiful by anyone who is attracted to Brienne, because like beauty isn't a monolith, attraction isn't a monolith, it doesn't have to be so specific or whatever. So I like this idea that like Jaime, who again has always been in just this you know literally incestuous, but like a problematic incestuous relationship with his sister, where he only saw this like reflection of himself, both the good and the bad. He's now like broadening his worldview of like what is beautiful, what is attraction, what can I find, where can I find those things? It can be in anyone or anything, blah blah blah, like Brienne.
Well, yeah, and it's also like the whole like inward beauty versus outward beauty thing, right? Like it's like
Yes.
you said, Cersei is conventionally attractive on the outside, but poop on the inside, right? It's that,
Yes.
which unfortunately isn't always the case. But
Yeah.
when
And
you've been told
George.
you're a pretty little prince, when you've been told you're a pretty little princess your whole life, it affects you.
Yeah, no, it does. It does. And George famously loves a Beauty and the Beast motif.
Oh,
Loves, and he every book you're gonna get like 12 of them, because he worked on that show in the 80s.
yeah, yeah.
And so literally
He
it
did
pops
the
up in
80s.
everything. Yes.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I do love Beauty and the Beast. Tale as old as time. It's great. Like, I can fix him. I can fix him. Like,
But yeah, no, you get like the Hound and Sansa, you get Jamie and Brienne, which is like, ooh, what if it's an inversion where like the guy is beautiful and like but he's not. But he's complicated anyway.
it's
Also
what would
die.
happen if the Beast captured one of the bitchy stepsisters. Like, what if that?
Yeah.
Um, what was I going to say? My next note is oh, then we get the trauma dump. We get the trauma dump of
Yes.
all trauma dumps.
Yep.
We get the trauma dump of all trauma dumps, which I do love. This convention that George does, where we are monologuing for pages, and in order to remind us that this is still this character talking, it's like you have the quotation mark, but it's not the end of the paragraph. He just begins another quotation mark on the next paragraph to be like,
Oh.
we are continuing. This is the same train of thought from this character because there's been so many pages of this character talking.
I do think that is just like an editing rule.
Oh, okay.
Like it's just like it's like a formatting thing. You just like you don't close it unless like a new person has started speaking or whatever.
Sure.
Does that make
Got it.
sense?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, got it. Um, Again, I work in musical theater and theater,
Yeah.
man, and opera.
Because
We
the usual convention is when a new paragraph starts, that means it's a new speaker. So you need something to indicate that like something is different here, you know.
Yeah.
But sometimes you are again monologuing for so long, as you said, that you do need to go into a new paragraph.
It's almost just like it's the same guy.
Yeah,
Jamie's still talking. God above trauma dumping. I mean, trauma dumping with the bestie in the hot tub is a vibe. Honestly, I mean, I just wish they weren't dying of sepsis at the moment. Like,
oh god, and then poor him having to like hold up his like stump the whole time.
you know, it's giving.
as he's
It's giving when you did you ever did you break your arm or like break like a
no,
okay.
but I know what you mean. Like you have to keep it out of the shower or whatever.
Or not even the shower. It's like that was always the worst. Is like if you had some sort of like cast or like wound of some kind as a kid, and then it's summer and you want to go swimming, and you either you like can't swim, so you have to like sit out while everyone else is swimming, or you can swim but you got to hold your like broken arm above the pool so you don't like get it wet. It was the worst, man. I hated it. I broke my arm once, and it was very funny because I broke my arm, and then my sister very quickly broke her arm, like the next, and so my parents are like, I hope people don't think we're like beating our kids. They're just very clumsy, like they just keep falling. Like that was the summer of broken arms. It was a whole thing.
No, it's not fun.
No, not fun. But yeah, no, the holding of the stump. Also, the fact that we keep referring it to the stump. Just
Yeah, can't let it go. Can't let it like Jamie is just really, and I get it. It's gonna be like the fixation for a long time because this was again his whole sense of worth was tied to I am good at swinging the sword. I am no longer good, and that is one detail that I loved throughout the chapter. That like him him using his left hand, it's so bad because he's and like both as like a legitimate thing, like okay, yeah, no, his left hand is bad, but like also the metaphor of like he has so relied on this skill that everything else is just basically atrophied at this point. So like having to learn these other skills, it's a good metaphor.
well, no, it's a great. And it's also like we keep coming back to it of like he can't cut his
Yes.
food, he can't like he can't wash himself, right? Like it's like things that like, and then he keeps saying he's like it's good for nothing. Like he keeps saying that over and over again. This hand is good for nothing. So it's just sad. And then,
Yes.
and then also the quip with Qyburn of like, give me the potion that grows my hands back.
Yeah, no, it's funny and sad at the same time, and I do love again like how right after that Brienne like chimes in, she's like take the damn thing, and he like doesn't argue. I like how George has really shown this like the evolution of this relationship so like step by step throughout the introduction of Jamie's POV because this is Jamie's fifth chapter, and so if you think of like where do they started to where they are right now, it's been like so. I feel like it's been a very realistic progression of like this slow like comfort, respect, begrudgingly, and then a little more, and then a little more, a little more. I just it's really well done, and I love a detail like that where like he's now to the point where Brienne will like give him an order and he doesn't argue with it, whereas like before he would have called her the wench and been like, how why do you think that you're in charge of me? Why don't you go be a cow over there? Blah 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 blah. Like
Flat
but like now
chest.
he's like that.
I don't listen. I don't listen to winches with flat chests. Like it's
Yeah.
like, girl. But no. I do love that we see it. We see an ounce of respect. What a concept. Um, and then what did I say? Because it's like. Oh, because I said pure evil doing Brienne like that at the end too, and I'm like, oh, when the reveal of like you are leaving the island, Jamie, but you are not.
Can we? I'm not quite there yet.
Oh, okay.
Can you back up a little? I'm sorry. You're jumping around towards the end. A couple of things I did want to mention real quick. I love the detail that like this is blah, blah, blah. It's fine. My brain ADHD. What? I just one quick thing from the story from the big confession or whatever that I love and I want to point out once again is the idea of like who was telling Eris to open the city versus who wasn't. Like Pycelle being like, open it, open it, open it. It's fine. It's fine. Open it, open it. And Varys, this is the one time where he's like, hey, dude, like, don't do it. Don't do it. I'm not feeding the paranoia right now. I'm just trying to get you to like not get us all killed. It's kind of a fascinating moment because like we know from all of the information we've collected so far, it does seem like Varys has been puppet mastering a little longer than we might have thought. Yeah. And now we're getting to the point where like, okay, so Varys, it seems like might have had to pivot at some point because Pycelle is the one who got through to Aerys and got him to open the city gates, and that obviously changed the trajectory of things. So just an interesting thing I wanted to point out. Interesting characters, you know? And then what was the other thing I wanted to? Oh, Bolton. God, he's so fucking creepy. God, I hate him. I hate him and his weird vampire shit. It's so weird. I do love that his idea of like being a good host is being like, eat prunes to shit good. Eat prunes to shit good. I am your host, Spicer. Here's the small talk I have for you. Have you tried a prune? They say it moves the bowels. Eat the prune. Eat it. Nom nom.
Also, here's my selection of cold cuts for our evening. This
yes,
our meal this evening. Like,
And then we also get the detail of Bolton is now married. He's married to Frey. Weird. But which Walda did he marry? Was it Fair Walda? No, it was Fat Walda. It was Fat Walda because Walder Frey offered the bride's weight in gold and shit as a dowry, and so he picked the fattest daughter of Walder Frey. Okay. And then finally, Bolton saying that Arya Stark has been found. Interesting.
Oh, I missed that. Interesting.
Oh, yeah. No, at one point, they're like, yeah, no, Arya was lost for a while, but she's since been found. Cool. And then he doesn't elaborate any further. And you're like, huh, I wonder what that's about. Because he's not with the Brotherhood Without Banners, so I don't think that's how he knows about Arya. So who knows what that might mean? Nothing good. Yeah. So yeah, and then yes, what was that? I wrote for a fortnight. What was that? What was that about?
When he leaves, because they have to keep him there for a little bit for him to get better.
No, oh no. So it's Jaime. Okay, I found it. Jaime is like thinking he's getting all this new information. And they hear that Sansa has now been married off to Tyrion.
Oh, yes.
And Jaime thinks like, wow, she's like such an innocent. And then he thinks, okay, well, maybe Sansa Stark ought to put a smile on Tyrion's face. Like, okay, he has a wife again. Isn't that nice? And he said he remembered how happy his brother had been with his little crofter's daughter, ... for a fortnight.
Which also the fact that, God, again, the fact that like that is so traumatized Tyrion that like this is such a core part of who he is, and he still like remembers her name and stuff. Whereas like Jaime's like, oh, the what's her face's daughter, the girl that we paid.
Yeah. It's just no. Jamie's always thinking about Tyrion, and yeah, no. It's anyway. Yeah, and then back to where you are. Worry less about Starks and more about Sapphires is a mean ass way to end the chapter. Mean.
God above, because like he knows. Yeah,
he knows. Like, no, it's bad.
Real bad. Which also,
and that's just. Oh, sorry.
No, it's just like that's just like so dirty to be like sorry, like because he knows
that's Bolton for you though.
Yeah, because he knows that there is no ransom that can be paid.
Yeah, no.
So
no, because they're going to be expecting a lot more money than what Tarth is actually worth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all I got.
That's all I got too.
Okay, well, we're going to take one more break and we will be right back.
wait, you know what? You know what? We're back, baby. We're like the McRib. We're back. We're
Not
like
my trauma. Not my trauma.
your trauma.
My father loves the McRib.
Oh,
My
does he?
father
That seems like a very.
Yes.
That seems like
very
something
dad.
he would be. Very dad. Very dad.
And like anytime the McRib came back to McDonald's, we would make a trip so that he could have one. We would sometimes get one. Cause like I want I want the special thing, and he'd be like, I don't know. Most of the time, if we really asked, he'd get one. But it was I don't know, it was weird. There was weird energy around it. And yeah, and so whenever I see a McRib, I think of my father, who I don't talk to. Oop or drop.
That's almost as bad as when you told me about your partner's dad in Disneyland. And how
we still talk to him. We still have to talk to him. Like it's buried this deep in a podcast. I don't think anyone's ever going to see it. But
we haven't burned that bridge yet. Oh.
Yeah. I'm going to go be in a house with him in like a month. So
wait, you're going back to Utah? Why are you going? Oh, for the wedding. For the wedding.
Yeah. For my partner's brother's getting married. So
okay. Yeah. Yay! Marriage. Much like Sansa Stark.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, you could have said Tyrion because it is a Tyrion chapter, but
yes. It's much like Tyrion Lannister. Yes. To Sansa Stark, his child bride. There are no child brides at the wedding you will be going to be clear.
To be clear, no. Everyone is an adult and has been for a number of years. Which in Utah is actually like impressive.
Is something. My mom got married at 18, had a kid at 19.
Yep. No. Actually, how old are I want to say my, I guess like future brother-in-law ish. No, yeah. I know I'm not married to my partner, so like I always like brother-in-law kind of at this point, but it's fine. Yeah, I think he's like 25, which again for a Mormon like an eternity. Waited an eternity.
Oh, I mean, an old maid.
Yeah. And I think she is 25 or 26. So like
okay. Well that's reasonable. That's a reasonable age to get married at. I do think we have gone a little too far the other way in our culture now of where like we wait a little bit too long. Like,
well, careful there. That's the Mormon in you. I was going to say in most places that is still marrying pretty young. But
what's like a normal age to you? What would you say is an acceptable age to be married at?
Like about our age usually, I think. Like 30-ish.
30?
Yeah.
30?
Yeah. Yes, that's what normal people.
Really?
That aren't like, told
brainwashed in a cult?
go have children, as many as you can.
When did my sister, who is no longer Mormon, but did get married very young. I think she was like 19, 20 when she got married, and has now 4 children. 4 beautiful, great kids. But like one time, they were just like driving her crazy. They were like running around screaming, and she was like folding laundry. And they're like, "Mom, why'd you have so many of us when you were so young?" And my sister, without looking up from the laundry, goes, "'Cause I was born in a cult."
Yeah.
And now they'll say that. They'll scream. They're like, "Our mom was in a cult."
Like my dad was 26 when I was born, and he would always talk about. He's like, "I was really young when you were born," and like, yeah, like I agree with him. Like, your brain had barely finished developing, dude.
Yeah, no, I get it. Okay. Anyways, tell me about our favorite husband to the child bride.
Yes, the inversion of Jaime's arc, where instead of going from an asshole to like rediscovering your humanity, we're going from humanity to
discovering your asshole.
Tyrion is on a horse. He's on a horse because what are we doing? We are meeting the Dornish. The Dornish retinue is arriving at King's Landing for Joffrey's wedding and to take their traditional seat on the council. And so they sent Tyrion because lots of people there don't like the Dornish at the moment. The Lannisters famously don't get along with the Dornish because of the whole Elia Martell uh, being violently assaulted and murdered by the Mountain. And then they also don't like the Tyrells because the Tyrells and the Martells are kind of just, the Reach and Dorne never got along historically speaking, and Mace Tyrell particularly hates the Martells at the moment because one of them is the reason that his son Willis is disabled and can't walk.
Which
But
also,
anyways,
which then even Tyrion in his head, he's like, I am here as an insult. Like I am here to insult them.
yes.
Like,
Yeah. So they haven't sent Joffrey, they haven't sent anyone of note. They've sent Tyrion as basically an insult. But Tyrion's like, hey, still got to do my job. I have to receive Doran Martell, who is the Prince of Dorne. And while we're here, why don't we quiz Podrick on some of the different like house sigils? Because I will say this is the one shining moment. This is the one shining thing with Tyrion is Tyrion is still trying to kind of like take care of Podrick, which I do think is very sweet. And so Podrick has been like instructed. He's starting to get like his education on like, hey, you got to learn about the houses and stuff. And so he's been learning all their sigils and crests and all that. And so Braun is like rattling off what he sees in the distance, and then Podrick is using the description to like remember which house it is. And they've turned it into a game. It's pretty cute. Podrick gets all of them correct. Tyrion's like, wow, I wouldn't have gotten them all correct. So good job, kid. And Podrick's really happy. Tyrion internally is like, I would have gotten them, but I want to make the kid feel good. Um, but then as they start to get closer, they're like, wait, there's no litter. A litter being like a big thing that, someone can sit in and it's carried all the way here. Not carried, sorry. It's fucking hell. I can't talk. What is wrong with me?
Horses. Dragged by horses. Dragged by horses.
Dragged by horses. Jesus. It's a litter because Doran Martell famously has really bad gout. So he can't walk, so he literally has to be carried wherever he goes. But there is no litter, and so that's confusing because Doran Martell is the one who's supposed to be coming and claiming his seat. But then as they get closer, they realize that, oh no, they have sent someone else in his stead. And it is instead the man, the myth, the legend, Oberyn Martell. Pew 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 pew.
Red Viper.
Red Viper is here, baby, and he's still Pedro Pascal as far as I'm concerned.
Oh yeah.
So
No, Pedro Pascal just popped up in my brain. Like,
yes, he's here. He's here, baby. And as they look around, they realize that like Pedro Oberyn has brought literally like all of the most powerful houses in Dorne. Like everybody is here, all the heavy hitters, and they're all here. And he goes and he rattles off all their names and introduces them as kind of a little power move. And Tyrion's like, "I'll do a power move back. I'll introduce everyone who's here and why they're important. They're not as important, but it's okay." And and so they're like now having like this like little bit of a, it's not a standoff, but they're like, oh okay, we're trying to be impressive here. But we find out that Doran basically he can't really travel too well, so they sent Oberyn instead. And Tyrion internally is like, wow, there is one person who could come here and possibly cause a war in the whole world, and it is this guy right here, because he famously hates the Lannisters. He famously is really fucking angry about his older sister Elia's brutal murder. And he is going to make it everyone's problem because he is coming partially on the promise from Tywin that he's going to receive justice in the form of Gregor Clegane being like interrogated and then probably executed for Elia's murder. But he quickly says, like, yeah, no, I assume that's not going to be the end of it, because surely someone gave him the order that he could do that. And I wonder if his name starts with Ty and ends with Win. But but anyway, so he and Tyrion start talking as they head back. We find out that this isn't actually the first time that they've met, because Oberyn met Tyrion as a baby, and he'd heard all about how monstrous Tyrion was and what the demon that was the curse of Tywin Lannister and killed his mother and all this shit. And Cersei promised that like, oh yeah, he's scary, when Elia and Oberyn and their mother visited the Rock, Casterly Rock, and when they went and actually got to go see Tyrion, he was just like, again, just a baby. Just a baby. His head's a little big. There's no tail. He has kind of a weird eye. His legs are a little short. Otherwise, pretty damn normal. But hey, Cersei's like, no, he's a fucking monster, and then she like pinches his penis and like tries to twist it off until Jaime makes her stop. Yeah. And then of course little baby Tyrion is like crying over that. Yeah, no, it's not great. And then Tyrion kind of after hearing that, I was like, "Okay, just be aware. There's lots of flowers in the city, lots of Tyrells, so maybe be on your best behavior since they fucking hate you." Doesn't say it outright; it's more implied. But Oberyn's like, I don't know why they would have a fucking problem with me. Me and Willis Tyrell, the guy who Oberyn, because it turns out it was Oberyn who crippled him. Well, it didn't cripple. Like they were doing a joust, and then he was against Oberyn, and then Willis got his leg caught in like the stirrup when he fell off his horse, and so it's why his leg got fucked up. But like Willis doesn't have a problem with Oberyn, we come to learn. In fact, they write letters to each other and like have shared interests. It's just Mace Tyrell that has a problem with the Martells because he won't let go of a grudge. Lovely. Uh but yeah, so afterwards they're like, fine, well we'll oh, I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember all the shit that happens. Basically, Oberyn leaves saying, like, yeah, I'm here to, like, set shit straight, figure out what happened, and get the justice that I am so clearly entitled to, and no one's gonna fucking stand in my way, y'all. Got it? Cool. Let's get out of here.
Yay! Um, in a shocking turn of events,
Yeah.
Joffrey is racist.
Crazy. Crazy. You know what I would have never thought? I would have never thought that small animal murdering, little girl torturing, blood obsessed, fucking crossbow wielding menace, also racist.
Bastard baby is
Yeah.
also like, he really is just like a crazy kid from Alabama. Just like
Jesus Christ. We apologize to any residents of the state of Alabama.
of the state of
If
Alabama.
you are still here in this podcast at this point, you're probably cool, and Spicer didn't mean that to be directed at you.
You're great. No, okay. But yeah, no, Joffrey's racist. Cool. That's fun. Because that Tyrion's like, probably is good that he isn't here because he'd probably make a racist joke about Dornish people, which I do love that we get the equivalent of how many blank does it take to screw in a light bulb.
Yep.
In this universe.
Yep, we do. I was just gonna like that is the first thing I wrote down. I love we get one of George's little like I forget the word.
Anachronistic or
Yeah. No, it's like anamorph. I don't know. Animorphs, like the animorph. No,
like the Animorph series.
no, not that. Aphorisms.
Yes, yes. There, she went to school. She she can quote LeConte.
It drifts from my mind.
As it should.
Yeah.
But it's the thing, the joke, the how many blanks. Yeah.
And George's version is how many Dornish does it take to shoe a horse? What was it? 8? No, 9. 1 to hold the horseshoe, and the other 8 to turn the horse, or to lift the horse. Yeah. Funny.
It's funny.
Laugh,
again.
laugh, Spicer, laugh.
Comedy's legal again. Comedy is legal again.
Christ.
Jesus fucking Christ. Anyways, but yeah, no, so Joffrey is racist, so that's fun. I said bro again, this is like speech to text because it was late at night. I said Braun the anti-intellectual.
Yeah, because he says the reading is bad for your sword eye. You're gonna be a bad fighter if you read because it's like gonna fuck up your vision. I mean, well, you know what? Actually, let's give Bronn the benefit of the doubt. If you're reading into the night without light, and like Tyrion often does, that could fuck up your vision.
Sure, like me.
Turn on a light, Jesus.
No, I'm turning on a light. No, there is a light.
Okay, then it's not you. Then it's not you.
Okay.
You just claimed something that wasn't you. Recant.
Oh my god. But then I do love Tyrion gentle parroting pod. at in
Yeah.
this moment of like, oh, can you tell me what this house is? Oh, good job, buddy.
It's honestly in like we're at a point in this book where just Tyrion keeps spiraling every time we're with him, and it gets a little darker, a little darker. So having this like moment of levity where it's just like, oh, this is the Tyrion that like helped Jon Snow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this is him being the good guy again for a second. Enjoy it
God.
while we can.
Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. But then we get the man, the myth, the legend. Our favorite bisexual. Our favorite
Yes,
chaos.
which they state in the text. They said he does men, he does women, he does every culture imaginable. He is a
Yeah.
bastard in every port, and they're all girls. All of them. He's never fathered a son. He is the ultimate bisexual girl dad. This is who this man is.
God. Yeah. My dad had a nickname for people like that who only produced girls.
Oh God, is it sexist?
No, he would call them Dos Equis, two X's,
Oh, okay,
because they're
that's
only
kind of
ever
funny.
giving out X chromosome.
Sure. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You like hesitate. Oh my God, what? No, what Southern saying are we about to get? That's like gonna.
No, it's funny. We just call them Dos Equis,
Okay,
because like the beer
fine. That's
brand,
fine.
but then it's funny.
Yeah.
But no, but yeah, I guess he is Dos Equis. He's just handing out X chromosomes. God above. It really is truly like the embodiment of chaos bisexual. Like just which it's like, hi, here's my bastard girlfriend. Like, I don't care, by the way. Which
Yeah.
which you know what? Props to him. Props to him.
Oh yeah, no, it's great. We love a progressive. Uh, uh, we love a progressive dude who's just chill.
He's
Who's
just
just
chill.
chill. He's not obsessed with labels, man. He's just
Loves
going.
love.
Love
Love
is
is
love.
love.
Everyone's pretty. Everyone's hot. Let's just all like do it.
It's just Ronnie.
Um.
It's just Ronnie. It's just Ronnie.
Okay.
I'm calling you Pedro Pascal.
Okay. I'll take it. Okay. Um. I do love a detail we get when he's introducing Ilarius and his paramour, and Tyrion's like, "Oh Jesus Christ, Cersei is going to pitch a fit because if he insists that she's like seated with him at the wedding and like in like a high place, like." This is gonna cause like women to be pissy, and I'm like, yes, good.
Good. Give in to the hatred, which it's like, oh my god, the way that the Dornish are just everything has been engineered to piss the Lannisters off. We're gonna send the guy who famously maimed the other the heir to the other house who's in this alliance. We're not gonna send the Prince of Dorne. We are gonna send all of our houses to show like you can't just bully us. Like we all the power players are here. They're all here. We have way more numbers, so you can't just like bully us into doing things. Like it is, damn. Just like the way. Don't fuck with Dornish people. Like that's all I'm gonna say. These are the amount of fucks that they have to give. Like,
Something a line I wanted to point out that I really loved when Tyrion realizes that it's Oberyn and not Duran. I love the line that he says. He's like looking at him. He's like, "How many Dornish men does it take to start a war? Only one." And then enter Oberyn, and it's like, yeah, because it's a callback. It's a callback to
yeah.
the how many. Yeah, it's just clever, right?
It's just
It's fun.
it's
It's
a
nice to be
treat.
nice.
It's not. It's nice to be nice. But yeah, no. And just poor Tyrion this whole time because it's just like he knows that he has also been sent as an insult. Like,
Yeah.
and he's just like, it's a living. Like,
I do love when they're like doing the whole introduction off or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, and they sent you," and he's like, "No, this is too enormous a task for a little man like me." I like when he's playing the game back and forth. I'm like, okay, that's kind of funny. Um,
oh my god.
um, oh no, did you drop things?
I dropped my inhaler, but we're back.
Oh God.
We need to breathe, breathe. Ah,
Breathe,
it's
please.
it's the spring and summertime, which means I can't breathe anymore. It's fun.
Yeah.
The
Fun
trees are trying to
times.
murder me.
One thing I do like that we learn, we get some lore on why he is called the Red Viper of Dorne, and
Mhm.
that is because when he was 16, he was discovered abed with the paramour of Lord Ironwood, and so he challenged him to a duel, but only like first cut, I guess, rules is the thing. So you're not dueling to the death. You're just dueling until like someone gets cut or both people or whatever. Anyway,
Yeah.
um, and both of them got cut. Obviously, Oberyn is fine, but then Lord Ironwood seems to deteriorate and eventually get sick and die. And so lots of people suspect that it was because Oberyn poisoned his blade. And since then, he has traveled all across the Free Cities where he's learned lots about poisons and stuff. He's very famous for it now. So that's why. Whether Ironwood did die of poison, we don't know, but it is what everyone thinks.
Yeah, no, it is, yeah, I do love also that, like, it's just, like, it's such an interesting detail to this character that, like, poison is his thing. He's like the
Hmm.
poison guy,
Yeah.
right? Like, it's just, which it feels very true to him, of where it's like, I'll fight you, but I'm going to make sure that I have a little bit of an advantage here.
Yeah. I will win no matter what. Just be aware.
Like, so don't fight me. Um,
Uh-huh.
because again, he's a lover, not a fighter. He's a lover, not a
Yeah,
fighter.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And then let's see. I'm trying to look at my. Okay, and then they start obviously talking about when Oberyn met Tyrion before, and then all the stuff like kind of leading up to it, like all the stuff that they had heard, which I thought, God, it was so dark. Because they're like, oh, your death foretold things, and Tyrion's like, what did foretell? Famine, plague, and war, no doubt. Oh, and winter and the long night that never ends as well. Like, yeah, everything. I am so bad that everything, of course, I am the omen of all death and chaos coming into the world. Like,
Yeah.
sorry, Tyrion.
I also do love, because again it's a Tyrion chapter, so we get all these like internal lines. They're just like bangers of lines. And the one
Yeah.
that got me this week was because I can't remember the context of, because like Oberyn's like talking, I think, about like, oh yes, I love them, like much like your sibling or whatever. And he's like, God, I hope you're not referring to Cersei and Jaime. Like, God,
It's
the zingers are great.
they really really are, and it's just again more evidence that like Oberyn is like the piece of chaos that's being dropped in the middle of this already like he is the spark being dropped into what is already a very flammable situation. It's good. God, he's so
the Dor-
fun.
the Dornish knew what they were doing. They're like, we need a delicate. We can either play it very delicately, or we could blow shit up. Send in our most chaotic bisexual.
Yeah, yeah, yes. Oh God, but no, it's good. It's good shit. Um, let's see, what else do I have? I will say something. I've shared on the show a couple times today. A thing that I do like is I do like how the show kind of switches the order in which we hear this story, because in the show this story doesn't happen when he first meets Oberyn. It happens later when Oberyn is meeting Tyrion in a dungeon. And I think that adds some more weight to it, and how like he sees Tyrion as like a human being.
Mhm.
So I like it here. It's good, but like that is one change in which I think like the adaptation like used the material and enhanced it in a way through its placement,
Yes.
and made it have more oomph in that medium. Anyway.
It's, as we said before, it's not the changing of things that are necessarily bad. You can change things. You can change the order.
Yeah.
It's what you're doing with it.
Yes. Yes. To what end?
To what end? Um, but yeah, no, that's I mean, it's one of those chapters where like a lot happens, but also not a lot. Like we meet Oberyn,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he is a chaos bisexual, and we learn the backstory a little bit of some lore drops.
Yeah. And we're really just like setting up like the tension of like what is his thing gonna be, because like we know that, like, okay, he is here because he has not gotten over Elia's murder, and
Uh-huh.
so this is going to be the thing that is driving him, and it's going to be the albatross that's hanging around everyone who is now like attached to the Lannisters in some way. And then I wrote, I do love one of the things I loved is when he's talking to Tyrion. He's like, oh, so this wedding, Oberyn, it's like there's supposed to be 77 courses, right? And then he's like, and when will justice be served? Hey, justice. I just think that's fun. I just think that's fun.
Chaos bisexual.
Yeah. And then when he's making fun of the mountain, and he at one point calls him the enormity that rides. That was good. That was good. Really, Oberyn just has like banger after banger in this one. And then the other thing, he at one point he's bragging to Tyrion, and he's like, you know, a Septon once told me I was proof of the Seven's like goodness on this world. And Tyrion's like, and why? He's like, because if the gods were cruel, I would have been the firstborn son and not my brother. And like, it's gonna be like that. Like, if I was the one in charge, y'all would be dead. The world ashes.
Be glad I am not the one with my finger over the button. Do the Dornish practice the Seven, Faith of the Seven?
Yes. Yes. Generally, it seems like they do. There is some remnants of like the Rhoynish religion around. You hear a little bit about it in some future books.
Okay,
it's touched on a little bit.
Which it's also interesting that like we get a little ethnic background on Dorne in this chapter.
Oh yes,
where like we sort of like the people who live closer to the cold coast have sort of maintained their Rhoynar sort of looks a little bit more, and then sort of the more in you go, the less Rhoynarish they become.
Yes.
And they sort of have retained, like in the mountains they still kind of have like firstman blood a little bit. Mm-hmm. And then like in the deserts they're just baked because of the sun.
Yes. I did write those down because I love the distinction, because there's three types. There's salty, sandy, and stony. Salty is the coast where they're, the most Rhoynish. Sandy is when they're really dark because they're in the desert. Stony, they tend to be more blonde, Andal, and first men looking. But I do think that's just like a fun detail to like add, which I think is supposed to be obviously like reminiscent. This instance is reminiscent of like Moorish Spain.
Yes.
And like the closer you get to like the southern coast, the more it's going to be Moorish. Oh, and then finally, sorry, when they're going back and forth between Tyrion and Oberyn, one of my favorite lines is I'm trying to get the context here. They're talking about like, oh, you got to be careful about like the roses, talking about like the Tyrells, and they're like, hey, yeah, no, there's like Loras here. And Oberyn's like, oh, is Loras supposed to be impressive because he's like a tourney knight and all this shit? Tyrion's like, no, he fought at the battle, and he like did great feats and stuff when he was fighting along Renly's ghosts. And Oberyn responds like asking like, okay, sorry, who saw these? The same men who saw these prodigious feats also saw the ghosts? Yes, is that what you're saying? It's like funny.
So, again, our favorite chaos bisexual. Our favorite chaos bisexual.
So good. Anyway, now that's all I had.
That's all I had too. So
okay, so moving on to our question of the week. Let's see, where were we? Okay, so in honor of Pride Month, which is now the first weekend of, what do you think the A Song of Ice and Fire character? Okay, what do you think A Song of Ice and Fire characters do at a Pride parade? What is everyone doing at the Pride Parade? Okay.
Oh, I see. Cersei is protesting it.
And that is going to be a very funny joke to bring up again in about one book's time. Anyway.
But is like lingering a little too long on the lesbian floats as they pass by. She's lingering a little too long. Oberyn is making out with everyone.
Oberyn is full on like Folsom Street Fair style, like fucking in the alley,
fucking and sucking. He is giving and receiving. He is having a grand old time. Him and his girlfriend.
Yes,
his girlfriend's holding the camera.
They're recording for their OnlyFans. Tyrion is just scrolling Grindr in the apps and getting more and more frustrated when he can't find anyone for a quickie.
And then he's like, oh, no one will love me, but then like there are a bunch of text messages and he's just like, but not that one. Not that one.
Sansa is getting like face paint. She's getting like pride like rainbow face paint all over, and she's so super excited about it.
Arya is leading the trans mask non-binary float, proudly parading her blue hair or their blue hair and their neopronouns, like Zyr's neopronouns.
Jon Snow is awkwardly watching the parade with his boyfriend, but he's not dressed for pride. He's in like a band t-shirt and like some jeans. No, not a band t-shirt. He's like in a Walmart t-shirt with like some quippy dumb whatever and like some jeans. He looked like nothing. Everything is ill-fitting. He's like, it's baby's first pride. Baby's first pride.
And then but his boyfriend Sam is just like in a Luke. He's in a Luke. Full drag.
Oh God. Catelyn is holding up one of those like moms with a queer son signs.
Yes.
She looks a little uncomfortable because she like there's a like it's a little. She would prefer if like there weren't so many like booty shorts and harnesses around. She's like a little uncomfortable, but she's trying to be supportive.
And she's like very confused why her daughter, child, like I thought you were a lesbian, but now you have a twink boyfriend? Wait, what's going on? Like she's just trying to be. She's like, I want to be supportive.
Yeah. Davos is drinking with the other daddy bears.
Yes,
in the corner.
Yes, and that's where I'm heading, baby. I'm like, hello, my fellow dads. Like,
yeah. Dany, what's Dany doing? Dany's
she's the Grand Marshal.
I was gonna say, I think she's the Grand Marshal of the parade.
The Grand Marshal. She is the gay icon who isn't gay herself, but she's here for the gays, and she's like, my people.
Yeah. No,
and like,
she's gonna give like some speech on like pride and what it means to be a good ally and stuff. It's gonna be great.
And everyone's like, "Yes, mother, the breaker of chains, the mother of dragons." Like,
oh God, I was gonna say Jaime. I don't know what Jaime's doing.
Jaime's at the counter protest, but he's like confused. He's like, what exactly are we mad at? He's like, why are we mad, Cersei? I don't understand. We're kind of in an unconventional relationship. So
yeah, we don't have room.
We don't have
no. We're not good. We're not comparing their incest bullshit to like. Actually, no. I'm going to make a hard distinction. They are not us. That is straight pride. That belongs in the straight pride parade. Okay, that's their team. That's not our team at all.
Don't put that bad magic on us. Yeah. But anyways, I think that's a good representation of everyone.
Yeah. No. I agree. Which leaves us with who was your favorite death this week? Of which. I don't think they're...
Because we had Davos, we had
Davos, we had Jaime, we had Tyrion. No one really...
I guess the death of Davos's commonness, because he's a lord now.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
We took some left turns to get there, but
yeah. I'll say the leeches, the leeches that Stannis throws in the fire. Yeah. They died. And then maybe they will, produce fruit. We'll see. Anyway, okay. That is the end of the episode. Thank you all so much for listening. I really appreciate y'all. If you are reading along with us, remember that next week our chapters are Arya VII, Bran III, and Jon V. You can read along with us or just come and listen to us yap. We hope that you all have a great week, that you've enjoyed your listen, and that you survive fascism for another day.
And happy Pride!
Happy Pride Month! Happy Pride Month! Happy Pride Month to all. And say goodbye, Spicer.
Goodbye, Spicer.